Hey guys, DB here. And as you already have a clue from the title of this video, it is about the Warmerise moderators, also known as the forum moderators. In this video, I'll just be telling a story about the moderators and why we don't have any moderators anymore. And in the next video that I'm going to put out, which will be, shortly after this one, in that I'll explain whether Warmerise should or should not have moderators by now, and if we should, then why we should. I'll try to keep as much objectivity as possible in this video, and I'll leave my opinions and suggestions for the next one. So enjoy the story. Now, those of you who joined in or after 2017 or in the closing days of Warmerise, which was the summers of 2016, you'd probably have never seen any moderators, and you'd be thinking that Max is the only moderator, which is true for right now, but it hasn't always been like that. So here's the story for you. Max created the Warmerise farm somewhere in March 2014, and that was when Warmerise, newly came into existence. And to moderate the forums, Max appointed some people as moderators. And, there's no one from the first moderators who are still around in the community. They left a long time ago. And some even left when they were actually moderators. I used to play in 2014, but as an unregistered player, I didn't make an account until 2015, and that was when these were the moderators. But the VIP Killer and Chuckle were really inactive. Like, I never even saw them posting once. Only Mike Miss and Godskills were active back then. And for many months, those two remained inactive. But Max didn't remove them until the summer 2015 when he removed Chuckle and appointed Selvivida as a mod. Barely anyone knew him then, and that was the first time I got to hear that name. All I knew about him was that he was in the clan Murder Inc. Corporation, or you can say Murder Inc. or Murder Inc. And that's the same clan as, Goskills was in. So at that time, there were two moderators from that clan. Selvivida didn't used to post much on forums, but obviously there's a part that he did that I missed, and that's what made Max appoint him as a mod. Anyways, it's still a mystery for me for why he did it. Selvivida was a retired Marine, that's what I know. He was really mature and decent, and obviously that's what one can expect from a Marine soldier, especially the one that's been retired. Anyways, Max removed the VIP Killer at some point too, but he rushed back to the game and started making posts so that Max reappoints him. And after a while, he did reappoint him, and that's when he decided to go back to his hibernation. But regardless, he was a good mod of his time. He had over 1400 farm posts or something like that, and he was pretty active in his times. Anyhow, at some point, I don't remember exactly when, but Max appointed Chrono Spectrum as a moderator, which was the third moderator who was from the Murder Inc. Now I don't know exactly whether he joined Murdering after he became a mod or he already was in it, because I remember he also used to have his own clan. Anyways, that I don't remember exactly. And you can see where, Murdering got its most reputation and fame. And wait till I tell you the fourth moderator from this clan, but you have to wait for that part to come. Anyhow, moving forth, Chrono did great as a mod, just as he did great as a regular member. But he stepped down because he had to give an exam or something, which is something I also don't remember. There was another mod who most people don't even know that he became a mod because he got demoted the very day he was appointed. Max promoted Erlans to the mod position, but because of a suspicion that he might be sharing his account with someone, he demoted him the very day he was promoted. Anyways, at some point, Max demoted Godskills because he was making mistakes, which made him leave the game. Now I personally like Godskills as a mod because he did great there. He also had a lot of posts, and he wouldn't leave a single, topic to be left unreplied, and he would reply on time. But obviously when you get involved in so many things, it is kind of obvious that you are going to make more mistakes, which he apparently did, and to Max, he made more mistakes than a moderator should do. That's why he demoted him, and that's when he, Godskills left the game. But after a while, he returned back to the game, probably when Kronos stepped down and asked Max to reappoint him, and Max decided to give him another chance, which was a bummer for Mike Miz, who was sitting there quietly and watching all these moderators come and go. He never really got along with Gods, from what I know. He never really got along with any mod, actually. So now there were the VIP Killer, Mike Miz, Godskills, and Selvivida as moderators. And this is where the big bummer happened, which is why we still don't have any moderators. Selvivida got a job offer, for which he had to step down as a moderator because he wouldn't be able to focus on farms and, do the job. And probably when he told Max about this, he referred someone on the mod position. It was the owner of Murdering, who is now the former owner, Dog406. But Mike also referred someone for mod position, and that was me. I was honestly pretty shocked when I got to know that he referred me because we never got along. But I understand why he did that. There has already been 3 moderators for Murdering, and Mike had, Mike had a hard time with that clan. He made a gameplay video with that title of something like killing murdering players with tomahawk. I remember exactly what was it, but it wasn't pleasant for the murdering. They had an argument in about somewhere, which I also don't remember much. But in a nutshell, Mike didn't really like murdering. And watching all these mods for murdering was hard for him to digest. And probably referring me for mod position was to prevent another mod from murdering. But, you know, that's just my assumption. Anyways, to his worst, murdering just got its 4th member who became a moderator. And this time, it was the owner, Dog406, who, you know, became a moderator upon Salvavida's reference. Now, I personally don't have anything against Dog. In fact, we are kind of friends. We played together for some time and even had a few voice chats. But I think appointing mod on the basis of references instead of doing it on merit wasn't probably the most pleasant decision. And at this point, Mike had it enough. There was a post on of one of the member of the murdering called Blue Dragonfire. That was his name, if I'm not too wrong. Anyways, he used to post his self-made comics about the clan. And Mike and Dog started arguing on that topic about this whole situation until, you know, they started trash talking, where Dog was just asking Mike to go make sandcastles on the beach, which was quite silly because, you know, mods are supposed to stop these kind of fights, but they were the one doing it, and the first part was that they were doing that in public. So anyways, you know, they could have done it in private, but they decided to take it to the public and started doing something they were supposed to prevent others from doing. So Max stepped in and demoted every moderator, and this was somewhere in May 2016. From then on, Max decided to moderate the farms on his own, and after he reopened Warmerise with everything reset, there wasn't many people, so he decided to keep it that way. And even though there's a considerably good amount of audience now, but Max still wants to keep it that way. So that was the story of the moderators. I may have given some false or weak informations because the web archive didn't exactly store everything, so most of the things I told are from my memory and assumptions. So if any of it is wrong, then pardon me, but I hope I'm not too much wrong. Anyways, I actually wanted to make this video for another reason, which is why I'm gonna put out another video related to this, which will be focused on and will probably, you know, determine whether we will be having future mods or not. But anyways, so stay tuned for that video, and I'll see you in the next one shortly.